Now we are discussing about the TY Electronics paper EL5503 Unit 2 lecture number 10. We are discussing here digital measurement of time, digital tachometer. Thank you. Now this is paper EL5503 Unit 2 Digital Instrument Lecture 10. Now we just see the last lectures, basic circuit for the frequency measurement. This is the circuit diagram for the basic circuit for the frequency measurement. Unknown signal that we want to measure given to the main gate terminal A through with this structure. This is your signal P. When both the signal are at level 1 or 1 1, then and then we are getting output, and there is a counter unit or display unit which count how many number of the signal which is coming from the here. We can measure the frequency, number of signal, that means pulse in 1 second. What is frequency? Frequency is equal to number of pulses per second. When it is on, that means both are 1. There is a number of pulses given to the counter which counts the number of pulses in 1 second, and through this we can measure the frequency. This is the basic circuit for the measurement of the frequency showing gate control flip-flop. This is our 2 flip-flops we are using, start and stop gate, and through this we measure the frequency in this last 2 lectures. Then we see the block diagram of the digital frequency meter and we discussed about this. Now our aim is to measure the digital measurement of time. For this, what is our aim? Digital measurement of time. So what is the principal operation? The principal operation of the digital measurement of time is the beginning of the time period is the start pulse originating from input 1. See last lecture number 8 or 7, and the end of the time period is stop pulse coming from the input 2. I repeat, the beginning of the time period is the start pulse originating from the input 1, and end of the time period is stop pulse coming from the input 2. The oscillator runs continuously, but the oscillator pulse reaches the output only during the period when the control flip-flop is in the 1 state. The control flip-flop is on 1 state. The number of output pulse counted is a measure of the time period. Is the measure of the time period. So for this, we first discuss about the time base selector. Time base selector. It is clear that in order to know the value of frequency of the input signal, the time interval between the start and stop of the gate must be accurately known. This is called time base. I repeat, it is clear that in order to know the value of the frequency of the input signal, the time interval between the start and stop of the gate must be accurately known, and this is called the time base. The time base consists of a fixed frequency crystal oscillator. The time base consists of a fixed frequency crystal oscillator, which is also known as a clock oscillator. Which has to be very accurate. In order to ensure its accuracy, the crystal is enclosed in a constant temperature of the oven. The output of this constant frequency oscillator is fed to a Schmitt trigger, which converts the input sine wave to an output consisting of a train of pulse at a rate equal to the frequency of the clock oscillator. The train of pulse then pass through a series of frequency divider decade assemblies connected in cascade. Connected in cascade. And each decade divider consists of a decade counter and divides the frequency by a 10. This 10. The output are taken from the each decade frequency divider by means of a selector switch. Any output may be selected. So this we can see this in terms of block diagram. So we see the block diagram. This is the block diagram. So first of all, this is our 1 megahertz crystal oscillator. This is our Schmitt trigger. The input is sine wave. The output of the Schmitt trigger is pulse wave, or we can say square wave. This is divider circuit. That means whatever the frequency here, it is 1 microsecond divided by 10, 10 microsecond divided by 10, 100 microsecond divided by 10, 1 millisecond divided by 10, 10 millisecond divided by 10, 100 millisecond divided by 10, 1 second. Like this. So in this way, if we are taking the output from here, the frequency is 1 microsecond, or from here it is 10 microsecond, from here the value is 100 microsecond, here 1 millisecond here. So this is your selector switch. Whatever the value we select, either 1 microsecond or 1 second, depending upon which terminal we are connected to the other circuit. So this is our time base selector. I repeat, the time base selector consists of a fixed frequency crystal oscillator. This is our fixed frequency crystal oscillator. We fixed here frequency is 1 megahertz. We fixed here frequency is 1 megahertz, which is also known as clock oscillator. It is also known as clock oscillator, which has to be very accurate. The output of this very accurate. In order to ensure its accuracy, the crystal is enclosed in a constant temperature oven. So this is put in a constant temperature, which converts the input sine wave. The output of this, it is connected to the Schmitt trigger. The output of the crystal oscillator, it is connected to the Schmitt trigger, which convert the input sine wave to an output consisting of a train of pulse. See, this is your sine wave. It is converted. Input is sine, output is converted. Pulses train of pulses, or we can also say square wave. If it is the duty cycle is 50%, then square wave. It is not 50%, then it is pulse wave, train of pulse. Input, output of crystal oscillator, sine wave. Given to the Schmitt trigger, output is pulse wave, train of pulse, which is at a rate equal to the frequency of the clock oscillator. The train of pulse then pass through a series of frequency divider decade assembly, DDS. This is your frequency divider decade assembly. This is your frequency divider decade assembly. The train of pulse then pass through a series of frequency divider decade assemblies connected in cascade. This is connected in cascade. Each decade divider consists of a decade counter and divides the frequency by 10. It divides the frequency, see here, already divided by 10, 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 like this. The output are taken from each decade frequency divider by means of a selector switch. So this is our selector switch. If this switch is connected here, the output is 1 microsecond. If it is here, output is 10 microsecond. If it is here, 1 millisecond, like this. The circuit consists of a clock oscillator. This is your clock oscillator, having a 1 megahertz frequency, The output of the Schmitt trigger is 10 raised to 6 pulse per second. The output of the Schmitt trigger is 10 raised to 6 pulse per second. So this is your output, 10 raised to 6 pulse. That means 1 megahertz. And this point corresponds to the time of 1 microsecond. Hence, by using a 6 decade frequency divider, a time base with a range of 1 microsecond, 10 microsecond, 100 microsecond, 1 millisecond, 10 millisecond, 100 millisecond, or 1 second can be selected using a selector switch. So in this way, we are getting the time based selector. The next one is the measurement of time. The measurement of time. In some case, it is necessary to measure the time period rather than the frequency. This is especially true in the measurement of frequency in the low frequency range. To obtain good accuracy at low frequency, we should take measurement of the period rather than make direct frequency measurement. The circuit used for measuring frequency can be used for the measurement of time period if the counter signal and gating signal are interchanged. So in last lecture number 7 and lecture number 8, if we interchange these two, then we can say the circuit used for the measuring frequency, last lecture 6, 7 or 8 or 8 or 9, can be used for the measurement of time period if the counted signal and gating signal are interchanged. This is the only change. We can interchange both unknown and counted. The figure shows the circuit for the measurement of time period. So this is our circuit, basic block diagram of time measurement. The gating signal, what is here? Here there is nothing but it is an attenuator and amplifier, first input. Second input, attenuator and amplifier. Then it is given to the Schmitt trigger. Then this is our controlled flip-flop. That means start, and this is our stop one. Again there is a gate. This is our main frequency divider time base selector switch that we discussed above. So this is your 1 megahertz crystal oscillator, Schmitt trigger, sine wave converted into square wave, or we can say pulse wave, or we can say train of the pulses divided by 10, divided by 10. If it is 1 megahertz divided by 10, then we can get 10 microsecond, divided by 10, then we can get 100 microsecond, like this. Here we are using only 3 decade switch, so we can increase this cascade up to 1 second, right? So here we use 1, 2 and 3 divider circuit. That means with the help of this selector switch, we can given to the output of this given to the gate on and off stage. Figure shows the circuit for the measurement of time period. The gating signal is divided from the unknown input signal, which now controls the enabling and disabling the main gate. This is our main gate. The number of pulses which occur during one period of the unknown signal are counted and displayed by the decade counting assembly. This is our decade counting assembly. The only disadvantage is that for measuring the frequency in the low frequency range, the operator has to calculate the frequency from the time base by using the equation f is equal to 1 upon t. For example, when the measuring the period of a 60 Hertz frequency, if the frequency is 60 Hertz, then the electronic counter might display 16.6673 millisecond. This counter display 16.6673 millisecond. So the frequency is equal to f is equal to 1 upon t. This is equal to 1 upon 16.6673 millisecond. This is equal to 1 upon 16.6673 into 10 raised to minus 3. This is equal to 59.9977 Hertz, and this is nearly equal to 60 Hertz. So in this way, when measuring the period of 60 Hertz frequency, the electronic counter might display 16.6673 millisecond when the frequency is equal to nearly equal to 60 Hertz. The accuracy of the period measurement and hence the frequency can be greatly increased by using the multiple period average mode of operation. In this mode, the main gate is enabled for more than one period of the unknown signal. This is obtained by passing the unknown signal through one or more decade divider assembly. Through one or more decade divider assembly. This is also known as DDA. This is also known as DDA. DDA means decade divider assemblies, so that the period is exactly by the factor of 10,000 or more. Hence the digital display shows more digital of information, hence increasing the accuracy. However, the decimal point location and measurement units are usually changed each time an additional decade divider is added, so that the display is always in terms of the period of one cycle of the input signal, even though the measurement may have lasted for 10, 100 or more cycles. So I repeat, the digital display shows more digital of information, hence increasing accuracy. Here the decimal point location and measurement units are usually changed each time an additional decade divider is added. Here we are using 1, 2 and 3 decade divider. More divider we can add, so that the display is always in terms of the period of one cycle of the input signal, even though the measurement may have lasted for the 10, 100 or more seconds. In this way, we discuss about the basic block diagram of the time measurement. Thank you.